Hi, I'm Chris from TBS Boats. We operate 2 sites, one on the River Thames and one on the River Hamble. We sell pre-owned boats from £5,000 up to an unlimited number. We're the UK importer for Sea Line, so we specialise in Sea Line in the whole of the UK, and we're a local dealer for Quicksilver. For the initial introduction, when they call or come in the office, once we determine what they think they want to do with the boat, we would pick out a few boats we can show you, take you to the boat, open it up, run through, look at the accommodation, the cockpit, the social space. And from that point, if you think you like it and you want to progress, then we're going to negotiation stage, talking to owners about values and offers you wish to make. But before that, once you know you think you like it, we will do a demonstration with you on the River Thames, take you out on the river, you drive it with your family, see if you really get the feel and the love for the boat. And at that stage, once we agree an offer, we go through the buying process and go forward from there. A river trial is getting you on board with your family, hopefully. It's very simple because we're on the river. There's no ties. We haven't got to worry about planning a time. We can jump on the boat, go out the marina, onto the Thames, hopefully through a lock so you get a feel for going through a lock on the Thames. But if time doesn't allow, you get to drive the boat up and down the river and back onto its berth. So not really. Most manufacturers have covered all angles of boat usage in aft cabins, aft cockpits, and it's always been the thing for owners to have the choice of an aft cabin or an aft cockpit. What we've seen in the past 5 years is a big uprising in T-tops and sports cruisers, and certainly outboards. If you came here 6 years ago and asked for an outboard boat, we had a handful. Now, most manufacturers produce outboard boats, which is interesting because then you've got issues of fuel supply, where can you buy petrol, but it gives you a lot more internal volume with an outboard boat. So I've seen an uplift hugely in the last 6 years of outboard cruisers and what that brings to you as a user and the space it brings you in terms of volume of boat. Manufacturers over the years have produced aft cabin and aft cockpit boats. Aft cabins give you more internal space, of course, because you've got sleeping accommodation at the back end as well as the front end, and the engines are predominantly in the middle. So if you want accommodation, aft cabins are very popular as a family cruising. Aft cockpit boats give you more cockpit social space, so great for entertaining, but less accommodation. And so over the years, we've found most manufacturers do both. But recently, in the last 5 to 6 years, we've seen a big uprising in outboards and T-tops. Axopar, the Rick from Sea Line, and many more field produce boats now that give you more day cruising and weekend usage rather than long-term spending time holidays aboard. And that's something we've seen a big uprising in. Clients using inland waterways are often first-time owners. They come to us because it's easier to go cruising on the river. You'll often have more choice of boat on the River Thames than you will coastal. So what we find is our boaters are often new. So that comes with a whole raft of questions, and we teach our owners a lot about boating, cruising, navigation, the process of buying a boat, finance, insurance, the whole thing from starting from scratch. Coastal cruisers tend to be people who have boated before quite often, and so therefore they've got some sort of base knowledge. But our clients generally come to us often, 50% of our business is often first-time buyers. So we would find out what your ultimate goal is with the boat and what you want to do with it. So for instance, on the River Thames, you don't need a lot of navigation packages. You're on a river, you go up and down, you often don't cruise at night. So you would buy generally a fish finder, a depth sounder and a speed. That's all you need. If the ultimate goal with the boat was to go coastal, then you need to have navigation knowledge and navigation knowledge of equipment. So we would recommend Promarine. They're our preferred supplier here at TBS, and we would then suggest recommending a GPS plotter, a VHF, of course, for safety, speed and depth, and then moving on from there, you'd look at radar, augmented reality, and other options you can have fitted on all new boats quite easily. We can add navigation packages quite easily, aftermarket fits. So if they buy a brand new boat and it only has the basic navigation package, then they use the boat on the river for a certain period of time. They want to go coastal, then we would use our suppliers to fit optional equipment they need or think they need later in terms of safety at sea and plotting, etc.